before we get into today's featured presentation, I just want to say thank you for what is about to happen within the next 24 hours or so. We're going to hit a 500,000 subscribers on this channel, which is just absolutely insane and ridiculous. Guys, I made a pivot in this channel about 2 years ago, which was a very hard decision, which was essentially go away from like personal finance related subjects and just strictly talk about what I actually love to talk about each and every day, which is really like stock market investing. Not that I can't talk about personal finance things. That's a massive niche, because if you do personal finance, that is everything. And to make a decision to go, almost strictly stock market, if you look at all the videos I release now, they're almost all have to do with stock market related. To make a decision like that was a big one, because we ended up niching way down, right? If you talk about personal finance, everybody can be your potential watcher of your channel, right? When you go stock market, you're niching way down. And so to get to this point, we're going to hit a 500,000 within the next 24 hours or so. I just want to say thank you guys, because that is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Like, it's just insane. Like, that's all I have to say. Like, the numbers are getting insane. Okay. So thank you for that. I thank you for each and every one of you guys that are here. And if we hit this tomorrow for tomorrow's video, I'm going to smash a thumbs up for every single comment in the first hour. I'll reserve an hour out of the day tomorrow for whatever video that is, if we end up hitting 500K tomorrow. I did this for the second channel when we hit 100K, and my goodness, I never realized how many comments you guys leave in the first hour of a video. It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't know, like hundreds and hundreds. It was like I would smash a thumbs up for comment. I'd have to refresh and then be a ton more comments. So, once again, thank you guys, okay? So in today's video, we want to talk about three different things. There's something I sold off here today, okay? We're going to show you that, showed you exactly what price I sold off, all those sorts of things. The second thing we're going to talk about is, why did I make that move? Why did I make the decision to sell that off, okay? And number three, we're going to talk about where I will put the money next. I know everybody wants to know all the time, okay, you sold off something, you raised some capital there, you have some extra cash now, what are you going to do with that money next, okay? So we'll talk about that as well. And there's several different possibilities on what I will do with that money next, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy. As always, smash the thumbs up. Let's get into this, guys. So what I sold off here today are some call options and fizzy get dizzy, okay? And I want to talk about exactly why I went ahead and did this, okay? So last night I was looking, and essentially I was like, dang, we're up like over $13,000 on some call options. It's been absolutely insane, okay? Up like 140% on these call options and fizzy get dizzy. I mean, it has treated us absolutely amazing, okay? And so I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and put in an order to hopefully sell these tomorrow, especially if fizz stock is up. And sure enough, lucky enough, fizz stock was up here today. I put in the order last night. $19.40 was the limit for those to get sold at. And by the way, any of you guys that are confused about what the heck a call option is, because these were call option contracts, essentially they were contracts I was betting that, a fizz stock was going to go up quite a bit in a short period of time, which, by the way, these option contracts, they don't expire until December, okay? I'm just ditching them way early. I'm selling them to somebody else, and I'm going to make a, phenomenal premium on this. I let everybody know in the private Discord chat, hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and make this move here tomorrow. I went ahead and made it, and the order got filled. And the proceeds from that order ended up being $23,271.20 to be exact, okay? So I was fine with that. I made the decision. I ended up profiting, a ridiculous amount of money. I don't know, $13,000 or whatever number it ended up being in a matter of like a 2 to 3 month span. Like, it was a very short amount of time. And I can just tell you guys, don't get too excited about that, because this was a very special opportunity, and it doesn't always go that way when it comes to, call options, put options. Options can be highly volatile, meaning you could lose a lot of money in this. So there's actually some option contracts out there you could lose more than 100%. And I definitely, like if you do naked calls, naked puts, things like that, I definitely disregard against those. The most I could have lost in a contract like this, I could have lost 100% of my money. Let's say, fizzy get dizzy went down and down and down, and next thing you know, it was a $30 stock, a $20 stock, and just everything went horrible, and it never came back. By the time December came, I could have lost 100% of that investment, which the cost base on this was $9,608. So I could have lost $9,608. I was extremely confident in, what was going to happen with fizz over the, coming months. And whenever I do call options or put options, I have to see really an extraordinary opportunity to make money, where risk is very low in terms of it going the wrong way, and the reward potential is very high. And that's what I saw with these fizzy get dizzies when I looked at it. And, obviously it worked out, but the profit in that amount of time is ridiculous. Okay, to make over, a double up in a 2 to 3 month span, I wish I could do that all the time. It's pretty unrealistic. But hey, when I see those type of opportunities, I pounce and I take advantage. And to look at the exact date when I went ahead and did these, it was March 27th. March 27th is when I actually did these fizzy get dizzy options. And, they've done amazing for us. I mean, absolutely amazing, okay? So 3 things let's go ahead and discuss now. Why did I sell these? Number 2, why did the move work so well? There's some very specific reasons, so you can kind of look at this and kind of try to emulate something like this maybe in the future. Remember, keep in mind, these type of opportunities that work out huge, you have to see very specific things, and so to understand why something went so well like this, we have to understand a few different things, okay? And number 3, we're going to talk about where is the money going next, okay? So why did I sell? I felt it was time to cash. Just at the end of the day, with options, you can't really get too greedy with these. I mean, I made an insane, absolutely ridiculous gains, okay? I mean, that's more than I could ever dream to have made in these options in such a short amount of time. I mean, it's more than I could have ever imagined, okay? You can't get too greedy with these because here's the thing when it comes to a call option contract like this. It expires in a certain date. So it's not like holding a stock where you can hold a stock indefinitely, right? You buy into, I don't know, Apple Corporation, and you could hold Apple for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, however long you want to hold Apple. It doesn't work like that with the call option contracts. These are expiring in December, okay? It's December of this year, regardless of anything else, okay? So which means essentially, if for any reason this stock starts to weaken, the market starts to weaken, anything across the board, and these option contracts become less and less valuable over time, I could lose potentially all of my profit or a significant amount of my profit in this one. Because they expire in December, you can't hold these indefinitely, okay? So I felt at the end of the day, it was just time to go ahead and cash these ones out. Not that I don't believe in fizz anymore. Let me be very clear. I believe a lot in fizz, okay? And that goes into point number 2. I hold a lot of shares in fizz. I think I hold a small 6-figure position in fizz shares overall. So I'm already significantly invested in the stock. It's just I kind of, went a little, to the next level when I went ahead and bought those call options. And instead of deciding to put another $9,600 in just, shares of stock, I decided to buy $9,600 worth of call options. So I hold a ton of shares. I made a ton of money. Why should I get greedy with this one? Sure, I believe fizz is probably going to go up more, but at the end of the day, what if it doesn't? Okay? Once again, it's not like holding shares where you can just hold it forever and ever and ever, okay? So at the end of the day, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cash, and I hope I look back at this and I hope I say, dang, I wish I would have held it all the way till December because fizz goes to $80 or $90 a share. I hope that's the scenario because like I said, I got a small 6-figure position worth of the actual stock that, I would make an insane amount of money if that ended up happening. So I hope that is a scenario, but I just looked at it and I said, I can't get too greedy with this one, okay? Number 2, why did this move work so well? I think this is very important to understand this. So if you're looking for something like this and an opportunity in the future, you can kind of identify and understand some things, okay? One is we got to give credit to the market. The market's been strong. Yeah, the market surely hasn't gone up 140% or whatever we made on those, fizz call option contracts. But at the end of the day, we have to give respect to the market because look at the market in March 27th. The Dow was at 21,600. That's pretty dang low compared to now. The Dow's approaching 28,000 now. So the market has been very strong. And when the market's strong, it's likely going to push up all stocks, okay? Including a fizzy get dizzy, obviously, okay? And so let's definitely give respect to the market. Reason number 2 is I think Wall Street's waking up to this one. The fact that, oh my gosh, fizzy get dizzy, they might grow this year. Everybody on Wall Street has totally pushed the stock down. They all believe the company's going to shrink this year, shrink next year. And I think some of Wall Street is finally waking up and realizing, hey man, you know what? Maybe this company's not going to shrink revenues. And this is when you get a massive change in a company. This is why I felt so confident in opening up that call option position. Because when I looked at this one, I said, this is not going to be a company that shrinks, in my opinion, this year, next year. I think they're actually going to grow, okay? And so that's a game changer. That is an absolute game changer when you go from a stock that is in shrink and is seeing their business model decline to all of a sudden, oh my gosh, this business model is growing. It's a game-changing effect for a stock price, and I think Wall Street is starting to wake up for that. And by the way, let me be very clear. I don't think Fizzy Get Dizzy is going to grow, necessarily 10, 15, 20% revenues over the next few years. I just think they're going to grow in the end, okay? And at the end of the day, when you go from a business model that you think shrinking revenues to just growing, even if the amount's a small amount, it's a game changer for the stock. That's how you get those stocks to go up 50%, 100% in a very short amount of time. When you go from, I've just seen it time and time again. And that's once again, another reason why I opened up the position. Reason number 3, the stock price has risen a lot. Let's be honest. I mean, when I opened up this position, the stock was around $40 or so. I think when I bought some of my shares, I even got some of them actually in the high 30s. So we've seen almost a 50% rise in a stock price. And so those call options almost 3x to that, which is kind of what you're looking for in a call option. Because if you're opening up a call option position, you don't want to just make the same amount of money you're making on the shares, because you have the risk of losing it all if the stock price doesn't go to a certain price by a certain date. So you're looking to get that 2x, 3x, 4x opportunity. And obviously we got this. So number 3, just the stock price has gone up considerably in that amount of time. Why else has this worked so well? Number 4, it's a small market capitalization company. Now, I know, some of you guys that might not be so in tune with the stock market see a $2.6 billion market cap, and you think that sounds insane. And believe me, a company worth $2.6 billion is incredibly impressive. But in stock market terms, it's not big numbers, okay? And like we go back to, if Wall Street's starting to wake up to this idea where, oh my gosh, Fizzy Get Dizzy, they might actually, maybe there's a potential they could grow this year. And some of these funds are looking at this one. They're looking at some of the channel checks and some of the data they have that a lot of us retail investors just don't have, right? And all of a sudden they're starting to think, wait, maybe this one actually grows next year? When some investor momentum gets in a name like this, and it's a small market capitalization, you can see the price increase dramatically in a very short amount of time. And as we've seen, the stock's gone up, 50% in less than 3 months, right? 50% in less than 3 months. And just a lot of momentum in the name. Reason number 5 why I think the stock has gone up so much is, keep in mind, what have we seen from companies out there over the past several months? Balance sheets get worse and worse and worse, more dangerous and dangerous, bonds being taken out as extremely high rates, right? Debt being taken out, credit facilities drawn on, all these different things. And here we have Fizzy Get Dizzy with a balance sheet that is just stunning, okay? No debts on the balance sheet, 200 million plus in cash, actually over 250 million. So you're looking at a company that as of today has about 10% of its market capitalization just sitting around in cash. And so if you're an investor, a fund, anything like that, and you care anything about balance sheet, you're looking at Fizzy Get Dizzy as an extraordinary opportunity for an unbelievable balance sheet company, okay? And so for all those different reasons, this is why this move ended up working out so well. And I'm thankful everything worked out the way it did. And once again, I hope this one goes up even a lot more, because I'll make a lot more money on the shares. And I hope, in 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, I'm looking back and I'm like, dang, I should have held those options all the way to expiration, okay? Let's get into the last part, number 3 here, which is, where will I put this money next? I know a lot of people are wondering this one, okay? So obviously with the proceeds being $23,000 plus, it's a good chunk of change that now I can put somewhere else, okay? So sometimes what I will do with the stock, if I sell out of a call option position like this, sometimes I'll just buy the underlying shares of that company. I don't really see myself doing this one with National Beverage Corporation. It's $59 a share here today. Once again, I think the stock's going to go up even more over the next, a remainder of time. Let's just put it that way. But here I am with a 6-figure position already in this one. I don't really need to buy more National Beverage Corporation, especially since the shares have gone up 40, 50, whatever percent since we got in just a few months ago. So here, although it might be tempting, I'm going to say, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to buy more fizz stock here, okay? Planet 13 Holdings is a possibility. This is one of the possibilities on where I could put this money next. It's a maybe, okay? I did buy more Planet 13 Holdings here today, okay? Not a lot. It's only like a few thousand shares or so in one of my accounts, but I didn't buy it with that actual money. It was in a different account. So with Planet 13, it could potentially buy some more. I want the stock to dang fall. I don't know what's going on with this one. I thought after the massive move it's had, which, let's look at the chart of this one. I mean, it had a massive move recently. I was hoping, I have two sides of this, okay? One is I'm hoping a long-term investor base emerges in Planet 13, people that really want to be in this for the next 5-10 years. That's a good sign, but at the same time, I kind of secretly hope the stock goes down the short term so I can buy more shares, because I do want to buy more shares at Planet 13. I bought some today, but I really want to add a lot more shares. When we're thinking in terms of buying a lot more shares, I would love it if I could buy this one for a cheaper price than, $1.70 or roughly whatever I paid here today for another few thousand shares. So Planet 13, very much a possibility. I just want the stock to fall a little bit more, okay? We'll see what happens here. Next possibility where I could put the money in more six-figure club awards. I could buy another 23,000. That's just kidding, okay? Just kidding. I just had to throw in Tesla, my Tesla here for a minute. Having a great day. I don't think it's at a record high here today, but it's getting pretty dang close. It's one of the best days in Tesla stock price history here today. Oh my gosh, I think like at least 1,000 of the 2,000 plus members in the private group own Tesla stock, and we have people hitting six figures club left and right, okay? So that's just a funny one, okay? Next possibility, so I listened to an investor presentation here today that was done literally just a few hours ago, and I listened to it right before I record this video, from Cruzi Doozy, Cirrus Logic. I haven't been very interested in buying more Cirrus Logic for a long time. And a matter of fact, I took a lot of profits in this one in 2019 and even some profits in 2020. And I think I only hold maybe like 200 shares roughly of Cruzi Doozy left, okay, in my accounts in total. So I have a very small position still in Cruzi Doozy. But I gotta say, I listened to that investor presentation today and I got a little bit excited about Cruzi Doozy once again. And I kind of remembered all the reasons I'm bullish on the stock long term. And here it is here today. It actually is one of the few stocks that fell, okay? One of the, it seems like a lot of stocks were up huge today, right? Cruzi Doozy is one of the few stocks that fell, and it fell over 4% today to $68. And so I'm thinking maybe there's a possibility, maybe I end up buying some Cruzi Doozy with that money. At the end of the day, they get a significant amount of their revenues and their net income from who? Apple, okay? But at the end, we know, iPhone sales might not be that great right now. But just keep in mind, this is something very important to think about when it comes to Apple, right? If people aren't upgrading their iPhones right now, that just means there's going to be more customers that have to do it next year and the year after that and the year after that. So at the end of the day, once you're in the ecosystem, you just buy the next generation products. And if you miss a generation or two, or maybe even 3 generations, then eventually your phone end up breaking. Okay, so you have to get the next generation that comes out. And at the end of the day, that's a really bullish thing for Cruzi Doozy. Never mind the 5G opportunity, which really, Cruzi Doozy won't really, necessarily sell more chips because of 5G. It's more like just volumes will go up over time. But Cruzi Doozy has a ton of IP, ton of interesting things. And we think about voice and how, voice products are becoming bigger and bigger. Speaking to your devices, interacting with different things, so many different products now. You can just say something to it and it'll automatically turn it on. And so, I don't know, guys, I'm actually starting to get excited about Cruzi Doozy again. It's a possibility that maybe I end up buying some Cruzi Doozy sometime soon. We'll see. But I can tell you, especially if it fell to 65, 62, I might have to end up buying actually some Cruzi Doozy. I got really excited about that one once again here today. Now, the most realistic place I put the money for now is just keeping it in cash. Okay, this is the most realistic of all, and at the moment, at least, the market can change very fast. Stock prices can go up and down very fast. But as of right now, that $23,000+, the most realistic place for me to put it is just keeping it in cash in the account right now. The Nasdaq here today approached 10,000. Okay, it's already at an all-time high, and it approached the 10,000 level. Okay, S&P 500. Look at that breaking news. Okay, S&P 500 erases its loss for the year as stocks rally on reopening optimism. Okay. Incredible. The S&P 500 is now starting to approach an all-time high. An all-time high. Like, just think about that. Once in a 100-year event. Corporate earnings devastated, unemployment still super high, GDP, everything's still really bad. And there's just this extreme optimism that everything's going to become great again. And guess what? Things are going to become much better in the future. But gosh, I mean, the rate of optimism in the stock market is on a level I've never seen in my 12 years being in the stock market. And I watched this market recover 2009, 2010, 2011. I watched it recover, but I can tell you the optimism at that time is nothing nothing about recovery like it is now, okay? This is a whole different level. When we're talking about markets at all-time highs, when we came out of the recession in 2009, going into 2010, 2011, there was not this type of optimism. It still took many, many years for the market to get to a new all-time high. This scenario, it's like a few months and oh my gosh, we're at an all-time high again. It's like absolutely incredible. It's like nothing I've ever seen. And this is why, you know, at the end of the day, even for somebody like me, Mr. Optimistic, it's too much O for even me, okay? It's too much optimism for even me, which is why I will likely keep this $23,000 plus in cash for now, okay? I don't know what it will take to break this market, but I can tell you markets don't go up forever and ever, okay? Something's going to eventually break this market. Reality will eventually hit. Valuations will have to start making sense. Right now, there's just far too much optimism in this market for me. And this is why I will likely keep that money in cash for now. Although, you know, some of those other, potentially a Planet 13, buy some more shares there. Maybe a Cruzi Doozy if it falls. There's definitely some potential out there for me to put the money. But at the end of the day, guys, there aren't a lot of great deals in this market right now. There just aren't. And it's just, you know, the market just keeps going up and up and up. Nasdaq at almost 10,000. When you're in a market like that, sometimes you just have to kind of take a step back and say, you know, I already got a lot of money in this market. Let me just, you know, keep this money over here for now, because what's going on right now still has to kind of get worked through. To just throw money in the market just because it keeps going up, and it might keep going up, that's when you get into that FOMO mentality, and that's something we never want to be in. We never want to be in that, oh my gosh, well, if we don't get the money in the market here today or tomorrow, it's just going to go up a bunch more, and oh my God, you know, don't get into that type of mentality, because I can promise you, right when you start thinking like that, and you just have to start putting the money in as fast as you can, and you start getting that, you know, that's usually when things are about to flip the other way. So likely, I'll keep the money in cash unless we get a drop in Planet 13 price, which I'm hoping for. I'm just like, come on, man. Like why are the breadcrumb chasers not chasing the breadcrumbs in Planet 13? I thought they would, but maybe we've actually started getting more of a long-term investor base in Planet 13 or something. That's the real one I really want to buy, but it's ridiculous. It's just like, it won't sell off. So we'll see what ends up happening with that one and others over time, but happy to have taken that profit. Once again, thank you for nearly 500K, guys. We'll probably hit that in the next 24 hours. And send me a screenshot, you know, on IG or something whenever we hit it. I would love to see that, okay? Thank you for watching. Have a great day. The landscapers are here right now. It is so loud. Can you hear that? Can you hear that, guys? It's so loud. Peace.